Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of That's So Matthew. Today, I am so excited to have one of my favorite podcasters ever back on the pod today. Say hi and introduce yourself.
Wow, I'm so honored. I'm Kelly from Penny for Your Thoughts podcast. Basically, I've been on here before, so you should check out the other episode.
Yes, I will make sure to link it in the show notes. Last time you were on, we talked about the iconic Descendants. Just a time to be alive.
I love that movie still.
Yeah, and we also talked about it in the episode that I did on your podcast pretty recently, which is That's So Nostalgic. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's really cute. It's really cute.
A lot of other movies that Matthew has not talked about on here, so you should check it out.
But I have talked about Ant Farm on here, guys, so don't worry.
Not Down Under?
No, I have not. I have not talked about the Rescuers Down Under yet.
Yeah.
But what will we talk about today, Kelly? Introduce our topic to the listeners.
Today we are talking about Emperor's New Groove, a classic people forget, almost like a fever dream, but it's really good, underrated, and it has a TV show.
I know, it's so good. I'm very excited. Like, the best part about this movie is it's literally a fever dream.
Literally, so many weird things have happened in that movie, but I remember all of them. Like I remember bits and pieces, and I'm like, oh my god, this part was so funny. And I saw it, I was like, it is still funny.
Yes. So I need to know, what was the calling for you to talk about this movie?
Well, at first, I wanted to talk about Cinderella's story with Selena Gomez, because that's iconic, of course.
Of course.
But then, I don't know, I really don't remember what popped up in my head, but I was like, I want a sillier movie than kind of a basic one. I was like, I want something fun, quirky, silly. And then I think I saw something and I was like, wait, I forgot Emperor's New Groove is a thing. And then I looked in your Instagram to see if it's ever been talked about. And I was like, it hasn't. That's my turn.
You scrolled through the entire Instagram?
I was like, I need to find a good one that hasn't been talked about yet.
I'm very honored and I'm very excited. I had not seen this movie in 10 years.
Same. I also feel like this is a good rewatch movie, a nostalgic movie. So I was like, this is it.
Yes, I am so excited. So honestly, we can just jump right into it with our first character, which is Emperor Kuzco, which is the 18-year-old emperor. And he literally just has an attitude problem and he gets turned into a llama.
Yes. Basically the premise of the movie.
What did you think of our main character here?
I thought he was funny, but at what expense of people? He was actually quite mean, but I was like, the things he does is kind of funny. But I was like, I guess morally it's not right. I guess.
That is so funny because you're literally throwing so much shade. You're at the expense of what?
Literally. But I mean, I still found it funny, even though it was kind of sad for the people. Imagine your home being destroyed.
Yeah, it was really interesting, because we see him as a person and as a llama, and it was just kind of an experience that I had never thought would happen in a movie, but it did.
Mm-hmm. And then he had his narration voiceover, which added to the funny thoughts of what he's thinking.
Yeah, it really added some I just felt like this movie is such a a fever dream, like you said, where it just feels so random.
Yeah. I feel that it's so unique. I don't remember any other Disney movie being like that. Do you?
No, this movie is in its own lane.
Literally.
And his Kuzco, basically, the thing that I really liked about him is that he literally we don't know anything about him at all, and he just becomes the empire, the emperor,
and he's mean.
and he turns into a llama. I love llamas.
Yeah, I feel like he does still stay true to like his funny kind of mean self, even later on in like the TV shows that I think I remember.
I have not seen the TV show ever.
Ever? It's so good. The things I remember because I was like, wait, because I kept getting them confused between, but then I was watching the movie and I was like, wait, where's these people or like this storyline? And I was like, it's in the TV show.
Yeah, no, like explain the TV show. Like what happens? Is it like a continuation?
Yeah, I think it is. Like, remember at the end of the movie, they have like the Girl Scout thing.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like a storyline in the show, almost like how in Phineas and Ferb there's the Girl Scouts, like that, like how it like intertwines.
Interesting.
And I think in the show, Cusco has kind of a love interest. I remember her being really pretty, and I was like, I thought I was gonna see her in the movie, but she wasn't. I think, and then you just see more of the dynamic, and then Kronk more, and then like the family more, and the kids more. And I remember the kids being really funny, and the mom being a queen.
Fair
But yeah,
enough. Sounds like I need to watch it. Like that should be my new comfort show.
yes, I was thinking, I was like, I need to watch the show again after watching the movie.
Totally. No, I love that. Can we also talk about like the whole thing, like how like this like movie is basically like them trying to like murder him? Like I didn't think he was like that bad enough where he needed to be like murdered.
I know, literally, like it's actually really dark and scary if you like take away all the funniness.
It's really such a it's so like weird. Like there are like dedicated stands to this movie and I see why.
Really, there's stands.
Yeah, like I can think of like so many like people that I know that just love this movie and it's like I can see why it's different. It like it sets a different vibe.
And just like how much poison was in the movie. Like, what even?
Yeah, there was a lot of poison and it literally is so interesting because like this takes place in like this like made up like land, this made up kingdom or whatever. And like it's all about poison. And so basically he just needs to like stop being so selfish because he doesn't want to get killed. But like, is he gonna do that? Is he not going to? Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah, I think in the show, like you see him more being nice, but like still having that like snark and attitude to him. But oh, I just lost my thought.
Yeah.
Cusco, we don't know any like background about him, like why he's so mean. I guess just because he was spoiled, but
At what expense? At what expense?
that mean just by being spoiled like that? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I need like more explanation.
And like, why is he an emperor at 18? Maybe that's the culture, their culture. But are his parents dead? Like, does he have trauma?
Maybe.
To know. Cusco origins.
Wait, there's a sequel to this movie?
There's another movie, or
Yeah, Kronk's New Groove. What is this?
oh, I think it's just about Krunk because everyone loved Krunk. Like he became like a favorite. I think because I think in the show he was like a lot more prevalent.
Let me. Oh my god, it's on Disney Plus. I know what I need to watch now. I've gone down this rabbit hole and I can't be stopped. No, oh my god. Okay. And the show is on there too. Period. Disney Plus is serving. I love to see it.
Yes, good.
Up next, honestly, Kronk. So Kronk is basically a just like a sidekick to the villain who I can never pronounce her name properly.
How do you pronounce it? Say it. I want to hear.
Is it like Yzma?
It's just Yzma. No why.
Oh, Yzma. Sorry.
Yzma.
I can never say it right, Callie. Why are we?
Yzma.
You're attacking me on my own podcast. I don't know how I'm going to be able to continue after this.
We have beef now.
Yeah, I mean, our beef started when you attacked me in your Instagram caption for liking Ant Farm.
Literally, I'm like, he likes Ant Farm, he likes Scooby Doo, he likes Down Under.
You're like, what? He was like, let's just say he's in his Ant Farm era.
I was gonna caption or title the podcast episode that, but I was like, I don't know if people will get it, and like, I
Yeah.
don't know if people know Ant Farm like that.
If they don't, what are they doing with their life? Is my question. But I digress. So back on topic with Kronk. Kronk is probably like, I hate to say it, I loved Kronk.
I did too, and also I feel like the voice acting in general in this movie is so good. Like they chose such good voice actors for each character. Like it's kind of iconic, like their voice acting with the character.
Yeah, like I could not figure out like where I knew this voice from, the voice of Kronk, but he's been in like so many things.
Yeah, he's been in so many. I Whenever I hear that voice, I'm like, Crunk?
Yeah, literally, I loved Kronk, and so that's why like I'm so excited to watch the sequel. Will I watch it today? Probably.
It's so fun.
Like, do I have other things to do? Do I have podcast episodes to record, podcast episodes to edit, posts to be made? Yes, I do. But it must come first. And I'm sad I didn't know about it. How did I not know?
I forgot there was like a movie for him. I feel like I kind of knew. Maybe I'm also mixing up that movie with the TV show.
Yeah, well, I will be watching it and I will have no shame.
But yeah, I did love Crunk. And I feel like they did show him like a good amount. Like they showed all the characters like a good amount. You kind of got a gist of like what their vibes were. And I really liked how they really showed like that devil and angel on his shoulder, like talking back and forth. And so you could see he was like kind of a good guy. And also he's like not like dumb and like not just follows everything Yzma says. Like he had his own thoughts.
Yeah, like literally as much as like he was definitely just meant to be a side character, but like his like dim wit, like was like kind of carrying the movie.
Yeah. And then plus like you could see he was a good guy because when they like made him become a chef, he just went along with it. He's like, okay, I guess I'm a chef now. I'm gonna serve these people food.
Yeah, and he's part of the schemes. So like you gotta love the schemes. Like not Yzma schemes.
Yzma schemes.
I feel attacked. He also is like kind of smart because he's like, oh yeah, this isn't gonna work. Like he gives her like stuff about like he's like, oh yeah, this doesn't work, blah 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 blah. And like, oh, okay, like so you are smart.
And he speaks squirrel and like other animal languages, I guess.
He's a smart boy. We love a good intelligent man.
Yes, he's king. He's a DILF. No, he's not a DILF. He doesn't have children.
That makes this podcast episode explicit. Okay, bet.
I forgot your audience.
No, it's okay. I've been like kind of maturing lately, and I kind of love it.
When he's growing.
I know I go through a rebrand, and I just like become a whole new person.
Are you in your Emma Chamberlain era?
Honestly, okay, you're not the first person to say this. Where like all of a sudden my content just got like more adult and more mature. I don't disagree with you.
Love to see it.
Yeah, I think almost every single episode I've released lately has been explicit. So like,
oh,
we're growing.
You're growing.
I mean, no, for you, this is nothing. Your podcast is iconic and will forever be. But like, I'm entering my explicit era.
It is so funny. Good. That means more content.
Did you say more feet content?
No, more funny.
I was like, what?
Like, what's happening? Are we Nickelodeon?
Jail. Speaking of Nickelodeon, iCarly, I started rewatching the reboot because the new season's supposed to be coming out soon. It sucked. Who allowed?
Oh my god. I'm watching this like 5-hour analysis on Victorious, and they like kind of intertwine with iCarly and stuff. And also Who Allowed. You should watch that analysis.
No, send it to me.
I will. I'm like not even almost done yet, but There's so many bad things. Like, why? Why?
No, Nickelodeon has like, as I've gotten older, have like I realized like how weird it is.
Literally, it's the pedophilia.
Yeah, it's the pedophilia for me. But like, yeah. So I can't wait to like maybe like break down some of that stuff on the podcast because it would be like
Oh,
kind of
that's
it'd be kind of iconic if you ask me.
would. Oh my god, wait, yes.
My phone is being blown up with emails and I don't love it. I hate emails. Emails are so stressful.
When he's an entrepreneur, when he's popular and famous.
With my one merch sale this week.
This week, LOLs.
Yeah. Okay. Back on track because like, guys, we love a good rant. I don't even know what that rant was about, but like I'm here for it. Up next we have Pacha, who is the like leader of the village. Also kind of an icon.
Now he is a dill.
Yeah. I will not disagree. He's a little like rectangular.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to look past it.
It's still a DILF.
Yes. Let me a good DILF moment. Like but yeah. So basically he is like the wise villager of this. And he has this really inspirational quote that I'm just gonna read that I found online while preparing for this episode. It is, call me crazy for following this guy all the way out there, but as much as he tries to deny it, I know there's some good in him.
Really? When does he say this?
I don't know. I just found it online and I was like, okay, sure.
Some fan fiction writing. Just kidding.
It's this. You would read fan fiction about this dude.
Not about him. Maybe about Cusco though.
Okay. That was a line that was crossed.
You're like, not Cusco. That
not the llama, dude. Like seriously.
Only when he's human.
Okay. Gotcha. So basically he lives in this hut with his wife and children. He herds llamas. We love a good llama herder. And basically he does not do like too much in this movie. He's like in there a lot, but like he basically is summoned by the palace because his house is going to be destroyed. And like we love a good like we're going to destroy your house moment.
We love a good I want to build a pool moment.
Yeah, exactly. So basically this emperor is going to destroy this man's house and he calls him to the castle, kingdom, whatever you want to call it. And so it's very interesting because can we also talk about how like Cusco blames him for being turned into a llama? Like, why is it his fault?
I know. I don't know how he trusted Yzma and them so much that he didn't even think of that. But Pacha as a king, I would not have put up with Cusco. Cusco was so mean and annoying. Like he had a lot of patience.
Literally, I don't disagree with you because we also can't talk about how like Pacha like kept him warm that one night. And then he was like, oh, I'm going to forgive you. But then he didn't. And it's like literally Cusco is so two-faced.
Yeah. And we like don't know what makes him like that. He just is, I guess. Or just like, okay, he's not going to follow his, what's it called? His promise to not destroy his village or house.
Yeah. Let's see. Pacha also like helps kind of with this plot to destroy Yzma. I said it right. Get on my level, everyone.
It's going.
We're learning. Progress is perfection. One of my teachers says that all the time. She's like, progress is perfection.
Interesting, teacher.
Queen, love you. And so basically in the end Pacha is like they're able to be stuck in the thing forever, and then there's like some singing, and then Cusco like and then like make up and enjoy the pool.
Yeah, they both have their pool and they become neighbors. I forgot about that. I was like, that's kind of iconic.
Yeah, like also if someone was like, I'm gonna destroy your house to build a pool, I would be like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, can we talk about that? Like, and it's a hut too. Like it's literally a freaking hut. Like the disrespect.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, whatever. Whatever. I digress. Back on track. Yeah. So Pacha, DILF moment, love it. Love to see it. We have Yzma. Yzma is basically
Why? I
what?
saw I saw your mouth be like, "E- e-" I saw that.
You're so done. We're never gonna talk ever again after this. Yeah. Yzma. So basically, she's like kind of an icon, kind of a queen. She is the legend. She is the moment.
Yes, she is iconic with the lashes. I always reference that when I do my mascara. I'm like, I look like Yzma, but in a bad way.
She is like an entire like moment and a half. Like she basically is trying to just take down the emperor. So go you. She is like basically she's like making decisions for him. She has this iconic like purple color scheme. I love every single second of it. We cannot like talk about how amazing she is without the purple, like the little feather thing. Iconic.
It's funny how they introduced her through Cusco's like monologue when they zoom in on her like wrinkles and then her teeth. That was so funny when he's like, "Oh, the wrinkles. Oh, what's in her teeth?"
Yeah, she how did they ever say how old she is? Because she looks like this really like sweet old lady, but she's really just like the devil.
You think she looks sweet?
I mean, like her smile, like
Where?
I don't know, like I don't think like she looks like the worst person in the world, but she doesn't look like the best person.
True. But she does look like a villain though.
She does. I do love the villains though. Basically, she just wants to take over the position and rule the empire. So she makes like her own like potions. She's like a little like witch.
She's a woman in STEM.
Woman in STEM, Bunsen burner.
Yes. Literally, that's literally her.
We also can't forget her iconic line. It's like wrong lever cronk. Like,
So many like booby traps in her little lab. Like it's kind of funny. Like why does she have so many? She's prepared.
she literally has thought this through her entire life. She's like, I am ready to get the throne. She is like on top of things.
Literally.
And like also like the whole like thing where she like has the potion to kill Kuzco, and then it's like it's this whole thing because he Kronk poisons the drink, but then he mixes all of the drinks together. Like kind of an icon. Kind of an icon.
Yes.
And like also she also gets turned into a cat for a hot sec.
Yeah, that one was cute.
Yeah, see, I told you she's cute. She's
When to the cat.
when she's a cat. But yeah, kind of an icon. We love to see it so much.
Yes, that's an iconic moment. I remember that. I was like, "Oh, doesn't she get turned into a cat?" And she does, and I was like, "Oh, the cat is actually really cute." I don't remember it being that cute.
Yeah, no, also an icon. We love to see it. We have Chica, the wife. She is an icon.
She is. I didn't know her name. Did they ever say her name?
I think they just call her Chica.
Yes, I loved her. She's a pregnant queen with the sass, and she knows how to handle the house and her kids and take down villains her own style.
Love to see it. There's also Chaka, who is the little girl. Which is kind of funny because it's like Pacha and Chica put together. Chaka. I'm probably saying that wrong. Probably.
No, I don't think you are. I think it sounds right.
But she's adorable. The little like pigtail moment, I'm obsessed. And then you also have Tipo, who is the little boy who has like this ponytail on top of his head. Adorable.
I know, and they are both actually funny. Like I normally don't like kids, so when they try to make kids likable in like shows or whatever, but these kids were actually pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I also don't like children, like in general. But like kind of an iconic little moment here in this movie because like this movie, like we said, is in its own lane.
Literally.
It's just constantly raising the bar. Like all the Disney movies after this, they had to meet the standard of this movie.
They don't even make animation like this funny, this humor.
This quirky animation style. How could you
You
pass up this opportunity?
yes, the kids were so funny and like had their own like unique humors. Like you kind of got each of their personalities, and then they're just so adventurous and like mischievous. Like when the mom was like, "You got this, kids," and like they did that whole thing. Like they're so in sync. What good siblings?
Can't relate.
I know.
Me and my sister like hate each other,
I'm
but
the
in
only.
like in a good way. Yeah. I'm trying to convince her to come back on the podcast, but right now she only comes on once a year. So I have to wait for her one time.
Wow, when you have to wait for your own sibling.
Well, because she did in 2019, she did like 3 episodes. In 2020, she did one. And in 2021, she also did one. So I've got to wait for like and they all happen to like randomly occur in like April or May. So I think that like May is going to be her big return.
Her big return. That's funny.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it happen. So if you guys that are listening want to hear my sister back on the podcast, you got to like spam the comments, the DMs, so I can like get her back, you know?
Everyone do that right now. Right now while you're listening to this.
Yeah.
Do it.
We know you can leave the app while listening, so do it. Yeah. So basically that's like all of the main characters. Like there's some other ones, but like those are like the good ones. So basically we're just gonna jump right into rating this movie, not rating, talking about the plot of this movie. I don't even know the order of my own podcast anymore. Oops. It's been a long I haven't recorded a podcast episode in like 2 weeks for this show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you had the other ones already pre-recorded?
Yep. Because I was so happy to like be ahead, you know, ahead of the game.
When he was ahead.
And now I'm farther behind than I ever have been. Quirky. Yeah. Okay. I just got this really weird text message and it literally just says, "Is this John?"
No.
It is not John.
It is not John.
Yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, basically Cusco is he's a teenager emperor of the Incan Empire, and we have Yzma and then Pacha. And so he's like, I'm gonna build a summer home right where your home is, and we're gonna tear it down and you have to get out.
Period.
I mean, good for you, dude. Good for you. Pacha's like, yeah, no, whatever. You can't do this. And yeah, he still does it. Then he also fires Yzma. So like she like gets really upset. So then we meet Kronk, who is this little like sidekick. What is it, like himbo? Do you know
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, he's basically like the sidekick himbo, and we love him and we will never forget him ever.
He is the origin. I feel like he is the very first himbo in the universe.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what a himbo is, it's basically just like this really like dumb, like attractive man.
Yeah. Is that the same with like golden retrievers? Is that like different?
No, golden retrievers I think are just like super happy with like blonde fluffy hair. Like I wish I had blonde fluffy hair.
I just know people call Noah Beck a golden retriever.
Let me look up what it means to be a golden retriever, man.
It's like happy, like go with the flow, like
Golden retriever, according to Urban Dictionary, is what is that? That definitely is not right.
Is it something like weird?
It's like basically easy a significant other that is easygoing and it is fairly simple to maintain a happy and fulfilling relationship. That's not right. That's not the one we want. Let's see.
Yeah. Take out the relationship, significant other relationship, just easygoing, happy-go-lucky
A
person.
It says that a golden retriever is a man, usually in his 20s, who is beyond naive slash gullible. A golden retriever is usually lanky and blonde and will look younger than he really is. You can tell somebody is a golden retriever at first glance.
Yeah, you can though, but I don't think they like look younger than they are.
I don't know. That doesn't seem right. But basically, he's a himbo. So there's no doubt about it. And so Yzma invites Cusco to this dinner where he will drink the poison, which will kill him. However, he's basically still alive because he is a llama.
Llama.
I love llamas. I went to the zoo last weekend and I saw llamas and I will never forget it. It was really adorable.
That foreshadowed what we were gonna watch.
I know that was I think before we even agreed what we were talking about too.
Wow, the universe.
The universe. I love this for us so much. And so then it just kind of gets really crazy because then like Pacha like gets accused of kidnapping him. And then he's like, you should build your summer home elsewhere. And it's like so weird because like at this point, like I don't even know what the plot of the movie is anymore.
It was like him then trying to get back to the palace because he thinks that's how it'll get fixed. And then they like adventure, like trying to get back because it's like a long way and like dangerous with like animals, like a jungle and forest vibes.
Forest vibes. Love it. And so then they Pacha falls through this plank on the bridge, and then he like Cusco does not help him like at all, which is like so stupid. And then they just basically start fighting. They fall into the cliff, and then they end up getting stuck, so they have to climb the cliff with the rope. Adventurous kings.
Yes.
And so basically it just gets really like kind of funny because they like begin to fall again and then they hold him back and then he's like Cusco is like starting to change and he's finally like becoming a better person even though he's kind of still a bad person if you ask me.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like a fake trust, a fake little moment, and I didn't love it. So Yzma and Kronk are looking for Cusco and they get like chased by bees. Also iconic.
I should have chosen the Bee Movie. I love the Bee Movie.
Next time.
Next time.
No, I feel like that's like giving me like my summer episode vibes.
I love the Bee Movie. Oh, I should have put that in my episode. This comfort movie. I watched that so many times. Dang it.
I'm gonna make sure to like put that on the list right now. I'm writing your name down. The Bee Movie, Kelly.
You're like, I have a guest now for the summer.
No, because this summer the episodes, guys, are gonna pop off.
Oh, you already have some.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so because I'm doing my Twilight month in April.
Oh yes. Wait, I want to come on for that too.
Okay. I think I have 2 left. I have 2 of the movies left.
Oh, you're on it.
Yeah, me coordinating a guest while on an episode. So we have the only ones I believe that are left are 2 and 4.
I'll do 2.
2. All right, perfect. I just wrote you down. You're like on the list.
Yay.
It might as well just become the Matthew and Kelly show at this point.
Oh my god, we have like our own sub podcast.
Literally, I would be so okay with it though.
Oh my god.
And yeah. So basically back onto like what we're actually supposed to be talking about, which we have not talked about like at all.
Barely.
They Cusco and Pacha arrive at the laboratory. And then she like passes Kronk a knife and then the little angel and the devil like are on the shoulders. And so then he basically tries to like kill her with a chandelier, but
Yeah, he's
then
like,
she
really
can
work.
escape. Like, what? It's so randomly funny. I love it so much. Iconic moment. And so then we can't forget she turns into the kitten, and then Pacha's like about to die because he's like hanging on from a ledge. And then Cusco just like grows up, and then he like he saves the peasant.
Well, the peasant.
It's so funny because this is so random, but I'm in a musical right now and we have peasants and I'm playing the king. So I'm like, oh my gosh, peasant. But it's actually supposed to be noble. And I always mix up the peasant and the noble because I don't remember the difference. And yesterday it was our first like day without the script. And I was so confident. I was like, noble. And they're like, it's peasant. I was like,
Peasant.
yeah. So I love calling people peasants.
Okay, go.
And then Cusco basically becomes human again. And then he builds a smaller cabin next to Pacha's house. And then Kronk becomes a little scout leader. And we can't forget the little kitten Yzma is like a troop member. And that's basically the end. It's kind of a really random, weird ending.
I know. I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. I kind of like, that's why I'm glad that there is a sequel.
And a TV show.
Yeah, so I guess it does have some redeeming qualities.
Yes. Do you think the movie was to build up for the TV show, or like, did you think it was like meant to be a standalone?
I think it was meant to be a standalone because this is like Disney's standalone movie era.
Whoa, when he knows Disney history.
But like this was also like the era where if something did really good, they made a TV show out of it, like Lilo and Stitch. They turned that into a TV show. So I think it's just like if they could make bank, they wanted the bank. Yeah. We're so smart. Yeah, so that's basically this fever dream of a movie. What are we thinking for a rating?
I think like an 8.5 for me out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because as much as I love this movie, it just is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit all over the place. Like a few things could have been expanded more. For like
I would love to like get a little prequel, like why he's so mean, why he's so weird. But like I'll take it. Like I think it's so funny. Like I'm definitely like going down this rabbit hole now. Like I need to watch the sequel and the TV show, like probably like today. So like I kind of love it.
Yes, it did like get me intrigued. So thank goodness that there's others. Because if it was just the movie, I would have been like, I want more. I want more.
Totally.
More.
Like it just kind of like was such a vibe.
It was. Everyone should watch it.
Yeah, if you watch this entire or if you listen to this entire episode and like haven't watched it yet, like what are you doing?
True. Plus, we didn't do it justice. You should watch it and then listen again for the listens.
Yeah.
So you can listen.
Yeah, because my podcast is in its flop era.
Not the flop era.
I'm thinking of making flop era merch.
Oh my god, iconic. That would be the definition.
With like my logo like on the back. Guys, new merch coming soon.
That'll be so good. That's so
no,
funny.
because literally, like I'm not even joking. Like my podcast has literally never done worse.
That is so sad.
It's okay. Well, I'm thinking the Twilight month will really revive it.
I think so too. I think maybe because since you changed like the branding, and then maybe since you've been putting on it explicit, like it's a different audience, maybe.
Maybe
like,
I'm like scaring away like the OGs, and they're like done because like I've become this explicit like horrible person.
Like he's changed. I like the old Matthew.
Oh my! Wait, I should make the merch that says the old Matthew can't come to the phone right now.
Yes. Oh my god.
Guys, the anniversary merch line.
Literally, so many ideas.
Yeah, I'm literally going to do that. As actually, I'm going to get a haircut first. And then when I get back from the haircut, I'm going to work on the merch and watch Kronk's new groove.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me on the podcast again, Kelly. They will be hearing from you so soon with like 2 more episodes because like they can't get enough of you. And because they can't get enough of you, where can they listen to your podcast and support you wherever they want to?
They could listen to my podcast on Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, and any other streaming platform really other than YouTube. And then you could find me more active on the podcast Instagram, Penny for Your Thoughts podcast. That's Penny for Your 0th podcast.
Yeah.
Penny for Your th0ts podcast. And then I also have a TikTok that's in its flop era. It's been in its flop era. So
not as bad as me. At least you can get into your account.
Oh. But yeah, those are all of my platforms I use.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Check out all of my other amazing episodes and all of Kelly's amazing episodes, especially That's So Nostalgic, to hear all about my Ant Farm era re-beginning.
Re-beginning.
Is that? I don't think that's a word. I don't care. Restarting, whatever you want to say. And you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the places at That's So Matthew, and tune into new episodes every single Tuesday and Friday in March, and every single Friday any other month of the year. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in another episode again soon. Bye.